Shit. Ninja? Ninja! Ninja!
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
Luckily for me, I recently got and upgraded to Grammarly Pro, and it's been an absolute lifesaver. Right now, they have an amazing...
All right, so I just sat down and filmed something like 26 videos here, probably more than that if I had to do a couple of them more than once. And what we did is we took a look at the Second Amendment Resource Handbook. This is a draft of a project that's really just a printout of the Minuteman University website. That project is to bring skills and resources to Second Amendment advocates. The resources include the firearms laws and what it's like to live with those laws, the organizations and the individuals who run those organizations, and our industry. Each of these sections has its own page. This thing's about 120 pages right now. It's a draft. And one of the elements to this project was to create We're taking a look at some of our footage of our coverage of 2005 SHOT Show. SHOT Show is an industry-only trade show for the shooting sports. It's put on by the National Shooting Sports Foundation, the NSSF. They've been doing it for many years. 2005 was the first year that we attended as media. We built gunshowreview.com to feature the pictures and the coverage we did of the SHOT Show. We do other gun show stuff there as well, but predominantly it's our SHOT Show pictures. In 2005, like I say, it was our first year to attend as media. Normally you're not allowed to take pictures at the show, but of course media is allowed to. So we were doing it for our websites, and it was just a lot of fun, great success. The SHOT Show covers not just firearms, but all the things that relate to firearms. So hunting, sport shooting, military, law enforcement, all the accessories, holsters, ammunition, optics, all the stuff that would be associated with firearms and the shooting sports. Lots of stuff to cover. I'm not going to try to ID everything in these photographs, mostly because it's a lot to do. There's a lot of pictures, and I don't really remember everything anymore. There's always things being debuted for the first time at SHOT Show. Many manufacturers hold off and wait to reveal things to the public. They know a lot of media will attend. A lot of photographs will be taken. and a lot of magazines and websites get their content from the SHOT Show. Like I said, they covered a lot of firearms. We probably went a little heavy on the AK-47 stuff that year, for sure. There was a good year for AK-47 stuff. Not that there wasn't a lot of things there. It's a giant show. It takes up the entire Las Vegas Convention Center. And in years after this one, it actually was larger than the Las Vegas Convention Center, which is a pretty big place. Again, we've got a lot of coverage here of the AK. And we talked to a lot of the different U.S. manufacturers and some importers. This 2005 happened to be a really good year for AKs and for ARs because the assault weapons ban had ended just prior to this. Lots of new items came out, lots of accessories. It was a real good year for all the stuff that had been banned, the years before. SHOT Show, again, it's not open to the public. There's nothing for sale there, really. It's, again, where manufacturers are going to meet and talk to their various stores that sell their products and the different distributors that help get the products out there. Of course, it's a time for manufacturers to talk to media, to get pictures and different information out about their new products and answer questions about their products. So if it was open to the public, I think it'd be a little less conducive to all that business that's taken place. On the other hand, there's a ton of people there. If you are in the industry, it's not a secret club or anything. If you're in the industry, you can go and attend the SHOT Show. There's some forms and things to fill out. It's a giant show. 2005 was a fairly big one, but it got bigger every year since. If this video is successful, I'll go ahead and make videos of our 2006, 7, 8, and 9 coverage as well. Again, I've been going through a lot of AK-47 pictures here, but it was a good year for AKs. A lot of U.S. receivers being built. People were figuring out the different variations and the different models, and there was a lot of parts kits available, a lot of reputable builders out there putting them together. So it's just a good year to be in the AK-47 business. Aside from the AK, though, like I say, there was plenty of ARs there. The Sure Shot we saw. We met a lot of new companies that we hadn't ever really had a chance to meet before that. So we were kind of creating our relationships with some of those companies. Again, most of these pictures, actually all these pictures, come from our website, gunshowreview.com. If you just up at the top, we have a place there for SHOT Show reviews. Just scroll down to 2005. You get more information about the pictures and the companies that we visited and talked with. Lots of ARs that year. We just weren't, so much into the ARs, so I probably could have taken just as many pictures of ARs as I did with the AKs. But there's only 4 days of SHOT Show, so you only can do so much. Left-handed Stags had just come out. Of course, the AR pistols were pretty popular. We're big fans of the AR-180, so I included these pictures, but I don't know what Armalite was thinking. They really made it look pretty goofy that year by putting some AR accessories on it. AR-15 accessories on the AR-180. Really made it look like a Frankenstein in most people's opinion. But again, this was our coverage of the 2005 SHOT Show. If this is something that was interesting, I'll go ahead and make some more. Like I say, we got plenty of photos from 2006, 2007, 2008. And then we actually had video in 2009. We're taking a look at some of the photographs of our coverage of the 2006 SHOT Show in Las Vegas. The SHOT Show is put on every year by the NSSF, the National Shooting Sports Foundation. This year 2006 was a pretty big year for the SHOT Show. In fact, it was so large that it took up the whole convention center and those 2 large tents you see there behind the dogs. Between the tents and the building, there was this big pool, and they had a big event where these dogs were jumping and retrieving items from in the water. Really neat. You'll see I sort of circled the dogs here so you can see them a little easier, or circled the things that they're retrieving like that up in the air. Really neat event, and it was all happening there while the SHOT Show was going on. So now we'll go inside. The SHOT Show is an industry-only trade show, so it's not open to the public. It's for the shooting sports, so it covers firearms and everything related to firearms, the different industries and activities that relate to firearms. It's not open to the public, as I mentioned, and the reason for that is it's really manufacturers are displaying their new products and their product lines to both the stores that are going to end up selling their items, as well as the distributors that help get the items out to those stores. And then, of course, there's an opportunity for media to get in and take pictures and find out about all these new items that are coming out. And that's what we go there for, is to take pictures for our websites. This was our second year attendance shot as media, and did a little bit more extensive coverage. The first year we went as media was 2005, and we only took 365 photographs that year in 4 days. And we posted those on 16 our web pages. But in 2006, we kind of knew what we were doing, and we put a little more effort into it. And we took over 500 photographs, and we posted those on 27 different web pages. So the idea was that we were spending a lot more time talking to the manufacturers that we had met the year before, or people that impressed us or had products that we liked. We spent some time talking to the people that we know, like the guys at Altor, seeing the products that they had that were new, the products that they had that were still great sellers. And that year at Altor, their U.S. made receiver, the receiver they make for their PKM, it was just brand new. It was actually just released right then. Then, of course, the accessories for the AK we were interested in as well. Aside from that, like I say, we spent a lot more time trying to diversify our coverage. Year before, we spent most of our time in the law enforcement area, photographing the cool tactical stuff. And although we did do that this year, also in 2006, we made sure we covered, some of the other things. This here's that Ruger MP9. I had only seen these in magazines when I was in high school, so I was pretty happy to see those at the show. Again, we saw some pretty impressive stuff. We talked to a lot of the manufacturers or the people there, sometimes the inventors, sometimes the owners of companies. It's really nice being able to get in and get involved with some of these people in a face-to-face situation like this, because you really do keep up on what's happening and what products are working and what aren't, and what's a bunch of hype and what's working in the real world. The PS90 was new in 2006. Vepr is still a popular AK, real strong built AK. Robinson imported them, and they came out with some new models. It wasn't as much AK-47 stuff in 2006 as there was in 2007. That's a pretty neat one. I let the slide go a little longer on that one. That's a Gatling gun. It's actually made by the same people who made that twin Ruger 1022 Gatling gun that we did a video of that we got quite a few comments on. It'd be interesting to see what those people would say about the Gatling gun that same company made, that was an actual rotating barrel Gatling gun that was scaled down. The SIG 556 also debuted here at the SHOT 2006, so we were happy to get some of the first photographs of it. We always ask before we go to the show, we ask our visitors and our viewers what they're interested in seeing, and everybody wanted to see that SIG 556 that year. We also took a look at some knives and other gear. Like I mentioned, we wanted to really get around the show. Some of the H&K, the Stag, of course, Cry, makers of multicam. They don't like us to photograph the stuff so that it gets turned into, it's easy for people to rip them off, but we're able to take some pictures from far back just to show their booth, and we're pretty big fans of the multicam if you've seen any of our videos. Again, lots of ARs available. This is an interesting one that I think is the Filipino 22 caliber AK. Then Desert Eagle, their variety of big pistols. Quite a bit of stuff from Century, of course. You know, they always have different stuff. The importers, you know, don't always have the same things, and it's always interesting to see what Century has. They had this interesting, well, let's call it interesting, sort of adjustable stock for the AK. Really didn't see it much, so I don't think it was real popular. Going over to Smith & Wesson, taking a look at the real ultralight 44 Magnum, I think that was. They have a pretty impressive display usually. And then also took a look at a big revolver they had there, maybe the 500 or something like that. I forget what it was, but pretty big little revolver there. That's the nice thing about the SHOT Show is you really see a diversity of firearms, a lot of range of who uses firearms, from the shooting sports to military law enforcement, to hunters, of course, to collectors, to inventors, to target shooters, really just a lot of different uses. Pretty unique machine, and a lot of different takes on the same principle there, you know, projecting that bullet down the barrel. I don't think the XDs debuted in 2006, but I know it was a big deal. Everybody always likes to see what the new XDs are doing. This was a Kel-Tec folding bayonet for the AR. Thought that was pretty neat. Never got my hands on one to test them out or anything, though. Kel-Tec also had their AR pistol. And we went to the Olympic booth and took a look at some of their short barrel rifles and pistols. Some of these are skeletonized because there was weight restrictions on pistols. A lot of rifles, a lot of ARs, of course. Again, we had 27 pages worth of pictures and reviews of the different people that we talked to at the show, or people that had interesting products. Again, that's SIG 556. If you want to take a look at any of these pictures, slower and larger, just head over to gunshowreview.com. That's a website that we built really just to hold our SHOT Show coverage. We also cover some of the other gun shows that we're involved with or that we've review. This was our coverage of 2006. Like I say, it was much larger than our 2005 coverage. We really had a lot of fun. We really went at it like a profession and not like a vacation. Thanks to the editors that went with me. We really put a lot of time into this, editing the photos. The other thing is we try to get these photos up every evening. So if we're there Monday through Friday, we're putting up photos Monday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night. You know, we like to be part of the whole hype and the current event part of it. We like to make sure whatever's new is out there, and it's fun to be able to be a part of that. So again, we're taking a look at some of the final photos here. A lot more of them are available. Like I say, over 500 of them are available on the website if you're interested in looking back at what was new in 2006 at the SHOT Show in Las Vegas. Part one of our 7-part coverage of SHOT Show 2008. It was held in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Las Vegas Convention Center. The SHOT Show is the industry trade show for the shooting sports. As such, it's one of the largest trade shows in the country. In this video, we wanted to illustrate without highlighting any product or manufacturer. We wanted to show just how large the event is in scale, the amount of people that attend, and just how big the facilities are. It actually took up the entire Las Vegas Convention Center, this little annex north wing there of the convention center, and then it even spilled out across the walkway into this lot where they had erected these 3 large tents. So it was a very large show. It was our 3rd year attending SHOT. Earlier years, we had taken just over 500 photographs in 2008. However, we took over 800 photographs during the 4 days of SHOT and the day before at this media shoot. We were actually invited to a second shoot on Thursday from one of the vendors to test out one of their products at Nellis Air Force Base.
So it was a pretty interesting show for us. Again, we took over 800 photographs, and we took from that selection of our coverage, we took out these photographs to, again, help illustrate how large the event really is. When we took all the photographs we wanted to use in these slideshows, it came out to like 12 or 13 minutes, and figured nobody would want to watch that long of a slideshow. So we divided it up into 6 videos and this introduction. That way you can take a look at the aspects of the SHOT Show that you might be most interested in, or just watch them all. There's really just a couple of things that are repeated. But what this does is hopefully represent just how large the show is. This was our 3rd year. Of course, we covered in 2009 out in Orlando, and then we'll be out there again in Vegas this year in 2000, or next year in 2010. And we're posting these videos to get people ready for that and hopefully encourage some feedback. It's always easier when there's so much stuff to choose from to have some direction and some idea of what people are interested in. So enjoy the videos, and got a lot more on the way. This is part 2 of our 7-part coverage of SHOT Show 2008 in Las Vegas. This video, we're looking at our footage from the media day, which is before the SHOT Show, and it's a time when the media is invited out to the range to get some trigger time on the new firearms. First thing we did is jump over to the Chris Super V, which is a new type of carbine designed for low recoil. So in order to illustrate that, we took 4 frames out of a quick video of a 4-round burst. We took those 4 pictures and laid them on top of each other. Then I took and sort of faded the photographs. So now think of it as 4 transparencies. And then I laid those on top of each other, and you'll see that there's almost no movement at all on a 4-round burst. Just a really interesting carbine. We were also able to get some trigger time behind the various models from Arsenal here in Las Vegas. Wilson Combat, LWRC. We got to shoot the aim points, the XS big dots, some less lethal options. This was our first year, so we didn't schedule our time very well, and we didn't get over to the area with the long range, the bolt actions, the scopes, and and some of the shotgun areas that were over to the side. We did get up there to see them, but we didn't really get many pictures or do much of a good review of those areas. But these photographs are coming from our website, gunshowreviews.com. Just a sample of them. We actually have quite a few more. We took over 800 pictures in 2008, and a whole bunch of those were from that media day at the range. It's a great opportunity to get out there, talk to manufacturers, get some trigger time on the various firearms. We really learned a lot. It was a great opportunity. It was also a chance to drive around on some of those 4-wheelers. Now, later on in the week, we were invited to another shoot from the guys at TSSI to show us this optic, which allows the shooter to shoot around corners and then very quickly shoot straight through the rifle as well. So this is number 2 in our video of 7. Let us know what you think of them, and let us know what you're interested in for our footage of 2010.
Guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
Taking a look at part 3 of our 7-part coverage of SHOT Show 2008 in Las Vegas. In this video, we're taking a look at just the AR-15, M16, and AK-47 platforms. While there's lots of other types of firearms represented at the SHOT Show, lots of other products, our interests definitely lean towards the AR and the AK, and that's what gets the most camera time from our editors. So we attended the 4 days of the SHOT Show, and the day before we attend the media day out at the range, where we get some trigger time behind some of the different firearms. And in this video, we went through our collection of over 800 pictures that we took that year and collected out some of the best pictures of ARs and AKs. and put them in this video to try to show the variety of options and different manufacturers of just these two platforms. Taking a look at an MGI here, a modular AR lower that allows the AR platform to incorporate a variety of magazines and a variety of calibers. It also has a quick change barrel. Pretty innovative type of firearm there. Some various firearms, Magpul. There's a Cav Arms with one of their lower receivers, another type of Cav Arm lower. These are some SIGs. Of course, accessories like the vertical grips and the railed forends, the different sling mounts, various stocks, pistol grips, etc., are all popular for the AR since it's such a modular firearm. However, the AK is becoming quite a popular platform in its various builds and origins, and there's quite a few railed forends and other accessories coming out US made for the AK as well. We're scrolling through here a bunch of the various types of AKs that are available through Century. They're definitely known for their Wasser 10, but they offer a lot of variety besides that Wasser 10 for sure. Like I say, these photos are from our collection of over 800 that we took in 2008. That was the year before we started doing video. All these photos are on our website, gunshowreviews.com. Just at the top, click on SHOT Show Reviews and scroll down to whatever year you're interested in. These are the photos from 2008. Samson rails on these AKs available from Blackheart. Pretty interesting. That vertical foregrip you can see on this little crank was staggered off to the side to allow for ease of magazine changes, as opposed to having it in line with the rest of the rifle or underneath the barrel directly where it gets in the way of the magazine, where the magazine rocks on the AK. Lots of, again, accessories for the ARs, including these lights and infrared lasers. We attended that shoot the day before the 4 days of SHOT, but then we were also invited to another shoot for this TSSI periscope type of optic, which basically allows the shooter to stand the gun off away from themselves and still take an accurate shot with a high quality optic with a prism sort of technology. Really is
That was the beginning of
interesting
Magpul.
device.
Or I
Allows you
mean,
to shoot
T-Mags.
straight through the optic or from a right angle. Then we were taking a look at some of the Magpul stuff there, and now we're looking at some of the Voltor accessories. Their semi-auto and full auto PKM. And then we'll end it up here with some of the stuff from Arsenal, high quality Bulgarian origin AKs. So this was our coverage of the AKs and the ARs. Again, some of our favorite stuff at the show, but let us know what you're interested in. We are heading off to the show in 2010. Curious to see what people are interested in. Taking a look at part 6 of our 7-part coverage of SHOT Show 2008. This time we're looking at some of the manufacturers that we featured that year. First thing we did at the shoot that year was head over to the Chris. We understand we're some of the first media to get trigger time on these. Really impressive, new type of firearm, great opportunity. Aimpoint was represented both at the show and at the shoot. They have high quality optics. This is the year they really sold me on the Aimpoint. They gave them some torture tests, really gave them some abuse, and every one of them just kept working flawlessly. High quality optics, really sold on them. LWRC, another company that being at the shoot, being and getting a lot of trigger time on these, they're not afraid to let you shoot their firearms. They bring out a lot of them. They bring out a lot of ammunition. They know how to sell their firearms. So it shows, and it's a lot of fun getting some trigger time. Heading over to the show then, one of the companies that we feature each year is Cavalry Arms out of the Phoenix area. great bunch of guys. They're real active in the shooting community. They make their own AR lowers and also a lot of accessories. Again, they're real active in the shooting community. They come down and shoot in the Tucson area occasionally, and we'll shoot with them once in a while. SIG, another popular company. We have a lot more pictures on the websites of these, but just a couple of pictures of their short 5.56. MGI, another company. This is the first time we saw their firearm. It's a modular AR lower with a quick change barrel system, so it allows you to use all these different types of magazines and different calibers, and with just a quick barrel swap and that modular front of the receiver allows you to change calibers real easily. Pretty ingenious, pretty neat stuff. Russian American Arms, the importer of the Segas, they always have a bunch of interesting firearms, so we cover them each year. Again, we have a lot more pictures on the website. Now, Century, we have a bunch of photos here. They're known for their Wasser 10 for sure, but they definitely bring in a lot of varieties of the AK. And seeing them all at their display is really impressive. They let you get in there and get hands on each of the different versions. Well-made stuff for the most part, really. It's neat to see a company that brings in so much variety. Of course, we're into the AKs, so we're into the AK ammo, and Barnaul is one of our companies that we like to feature each year. Another new company for us that's Blackheart International. They offer some interesting tactical versions of the AK, high-end accessories.
In the calendar.
Another interesting company made this revolving shotgun. So it's tubular magazine revolved like a revolver. Then there's the rip-off of the servo, and then the servo itself. CAA, they had some interesting stuff come out that year, accessories for the AR. TSSI, a company that makes quite a bit of different military and emergency gear. They had an optic in 2008. We were invited to a second shoot to go out and test that optic. And the corner shot, it allows you to shoot around or over, keeping yourself out of the harm's way, but getting your rifle out there around the corner. It's hard to demonstrate without looking at some of the close-up pics, but we've got a bunch of pictures on the website that demonstrate it's really ingenious device. I think it's going to save a lot of people's lives and just prevent injuries. Of course, Magpul brought out their FMG9, the folding machine gun 9, which is a little Glock 18 type.
That was a 3D printed
MBUS firearm in a folding unit. When they first were debuting the rifles that was SCAR. A lot of new stuff from Magpul that year. They were a real popular booth. There's some stills of that FMG9. Had a laser, using a guide rod laser. Had a laser light at the top there. And they came out with their polymer sights. Some rail panels, of course, magazines, Ranger plates for the PMags. Real good year for Magpul that year. The MOE handguards. A lot of these things were still in the fabrication. They're models. They weren't even actual production yet. Altor is another Arizona company. Actually, they're from Tucson, and they had their Fortis pistol, which would later become the Bren 10. Of course, their AK-47 accessories, as well as their AR accessories. Their semi-auto and full-auto PKM receiver. Arsenal and KVAR are represented both at the show and at the shoot. It gives you a good opportunity to see how well-built and solid their firearms are, both at the range, getting trigger time, and at the show where you get to see the variety and the assortment of the different firearms and parts that they offer. So we have a lot more pictures on the actual website. Feel free to take a look and give us some feedback. Let us know what you want to see in 2010.
Guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Take a new person hunting, take a new shooter to the range, and teach young people the discipline of safe shooting. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com.
Never heard that ending before.
How you doing, guys?
We're good. Very cool.
Folks, you can have me back on this table.
And you are the first person to shoot this pistol.
And we have a drawing over there. So, what do you do?
Just did one.
Yeah.
What do you think so far?
Pretty good.
Okay. And we have 5 more rounds if you want to try the next sizes up. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome.
Here's the small, or without a backstrap. Medium backstrap, which is like the original. And this one's a little bit more substantial with a larger backstrap. Go ahead.
Another item that I didn't mention, but I'm sure you obviously saw it when you picked it up. We do have a new texture that goes along with this model.
Okay.
Along with the 21 SF, we do have the marking up here for those people that can't figure out that this is a removable backstrap pistol. So we do have MBS modular backstrap system.
All right. Excellent. Go to medium.
Come on up over here. So he gave you a load down already.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the opportunity.
Hey, Dan, I'm back by the car for a minute. Okay, man. Actually, no, I'm not back by the car. Here's my phone. Doctor saying summertime. Subject to getting the ball. You know, some people say, well, why can't we have 2 of them?
Do a double tap.
Right.
Taking a look at some of the new judges from Taurus. We've got the starting with the ultralight. This is a small version of the regular size judge that we're familiar with, which is not a small revolver, it's a 5-shot. Everyone knows it's a 410 and a 45 long Colt. However, they've now upped it up to their Raging Bull line, and now they're called the Raging Judge. The ultralight, the name is longer. The long ones, the larger cylinders here, of course, the 3-inch cylinders. 7 shots. Of course, 2 releases there. Now that's a big gun. It doesn't weigh very much, surprising. And then we've got this big one. Now this one is 45 long Colt, 410, 3-inch chambers, and 45 or 454 Misc. So this can hold again about 7 rounds, 2 locks for the cylinder there. I've got a large hand, and it's big, but it's not oversized. I feel like I'm holding a large revolver, obviously, but I'm not struggling to hold on to it. I'm not struggling in any way to hold such a large thing in my hand. It's surprising to pick it up. On the other hand, this all steel one, which is a little smaller in size, feels like you're holding a large seated steel revolver. Down to 6 shots on this one. They do have the Raging Bull red strap there, which gives you some cushion in the back there. And again, the large one, the Raging Judge Magnum in steel. Again, 45 long Colt, 454 Misc, and 14 shotgun. Since we're here, we're just going to move down just a hair. take a look at the new polymer judge, which uses a polymer frame. 5-shot again, very similar to their ultralight, both in size and shape, however, a lot lighter. A little bit different feel to the back there. Even though I'm only holding onto it with 2 fingers, it's in my hand, and I think that incorporates, if you've ever shot these ribbed Taurus grips, it feels like it's glued into my hand. It has to do with the material and the shape, and just feels real good. I don't think this is going to fall out of my hands if I was shooting, a large 3-inch, right? 3-inch 410 shell. We're looking at fiber optic sights up front, like on most of the judges. Real nice sight picture. Don't have the best lighting here, but these are really interesting revolvers. And what's nice about Taurus, obviously they've got a lot of flavors of these. They're real popular revolvers, and instead of just offering plain vanilla, they're giving you a real assortment here. Okay, we're immediately at the range, and ran to the Glock tent first, of course, and there's a couple people here, and we're literally going to be some of the first people to shoot the new Glock 4.
Basically, we have a new receiver or frame of the pistol. It has a new pattern on it, which is the 4th generation rough textured frame. And then we have multiple back straps over here on the 40 calibers. This is a 9mm. This will be the first time it's been shot in public. The 40 calibers have been shot in some extensive testing with law enforcement agencies.
So not only going to be some of the first press to be able to shoot it, but literally some of the first people outside the company to shoot it?
Literally.
Awesome.
And make sure the batteries work. A couple other things. It has a reversible magazine catch, okay, which is also enlarged. The real engineering part of it is this right here. Dual recoil spring system.
Cool.
Okay. We think that this will be approaching a lifetime recoil spring system.
Yep.
But the thing that it does for the shooter is as you know, recoil is recoil. I mean, we can't change the law of physics, but this changes the way that you feel it. So who's first?
Yeah. All right, we're going hot this side. Hot here.
What I'd like to suggest you do is fire 2 or 3 shots relatively quick. See what.
And what do they call it? Is it 17 something, or is it all going on?
Gen 4 is 17.
So are you just continuing the old ones?
Well, we haven't received official word on that, but if you look at the history of the company, when a new one comes out, the others fade away. So.
And when are they going to expect to ship it?
We're shipping them now. We're shipping them.
And the mags, it's the same as long as it just has the newer style.
Yeah, as long as the mag catch is on.
Oh.
As long as the mag catch is on the stand, what you might call the regular side. But if you switch it for a left-hander, then you need this mag.
So a 17 mag will still work in this.
Correct.
Unless you've switched your mag release to the left side. Awesome.
Very cool.
Pretty darn small.
That's cool. It is pretty compact. It is pretty controllable. You shoot one third of the target and you ground pressure with all. Damn, that's quick. It's almost humorous how fast that goes. Yeah. Okay.
This is the California King from ACI.
I have always liked it. Yeah, it's not definitely not as heavy as a siren.
No. And we did a little bit of torture testing. I personally took one of these. 30 round burst after 30 round burst. I got up into the 1100 round area. Just as fast as you can.
So just by drying all that heat away, it helps.
Yeah. Cool. You still reach cook off.
Yeah.
But I mean, to put 1100 rounds through a weapon in less than 5 minutes is.
Holds it down a little bit.
Why just give a gift when you can give a gift with meaning? Shutterfly, make something that means something.
Enjoy 40% off your order with code SHOP40. Order now for holiday delivery.
We're going to do a video of a pretty cool vehicle. Found this vehicle out behind the Sands Convention Center, which is behind that wall, which is where SHOT Show 2010 has taken place. We're in a hotel over here where the rain is coming down and flooding out all these parking garages. So we had to grab our vehicle out got stuck into a parking garage and we couldn't go eat tonight. So anyway, I was out here driving along looking for a place to park that's out of the flood zone, and I saw this Magpul vehicle. Pretty cool. So I figured I'd turn the camera on, take a look around, and see what it looks like from all sides. Pretty neat truck. Looks like it's just like their gear. It's going to go anywhere and do anything. Pretty neat. I'm not going to snoop inside of it, but I figured I'd do a quick video, walk around, see what it looks like. Pretty cool thing. I'm going to go back to this other angle and walk back a bit, get a shot from further back. Walking around the streets when it's raining in Vegas is always a safe thing to do, especially when you're taking video, but worth it for this Magpul truck, I guess. I don't know what to call it. Maybe we should look forward to this as another product from Magpul.
It was the beginning.
But, you know, Scott, everybody went to sit down and talk. Yeah, I don't like Glock. Still don't. No. Yeah. I tell people you can always tell Glock shoes approach like this. Where the most of the scope come out. That's how you know you're burning powder. They burn they get their forehead with all the. You shoot. Oh, yeah.
Going? Okay. That's actually the hammer. This is just a cocking mechanism. Here's a picture of the barrel right there. It's still. Oh, it's a demo or a production, not a production unit. Notice there's no hole right here. Whereas there's a barrel there. So these are the Rhino 40 DS and 357 Magnum. Shabba.
44 Max. What are they made of? Is the
It's all of the inside stuff, all the pieces are stainless steel, and then the rest of it is aluminum. It's called purple aluminum.
So this how the barrel comes out?
No, there's no barrels in these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're put in. That's what they're left.
Oh, pretty fucking go. Yeah, that K3 here. So that would go well with my top.
you have any pricing on these? Dealer pricing on these? On these? Yeah. Yeah, the little one is going to be about $750 retail. The 4 and the 5 are going to be between $1850, and the 6 will be about $950. Okay.
Talk to me about what's the
500 retail.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
You're not a child, you're a man. So stop wearing so many layers to go outside and get the bearskin tactical hoodie for
We're here with Paul Barrett, the author of Glock, The Rise of America's Gun. We're here at SHOT Show 2013. And I wanted to first off say it's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
And can I ask, why did you write the book?
Well, I've written about the gun industry for many years, going back to the mid-1990s. And I had always been fascinated by Glock in particular because, in my opinion, the history of Glock really captures the history of the larger industry, certainly on the handgun side, from the 80s to the present. I mean, if you walk around at the SHOT Show today here and didn't look closely, you might think that all of the handguns were made by Glock. They all look so similar to what the Glock introduced all the way back in the early 1980s. So when I had the opportunity to get some very interesting inside information about the company from some former senior executives, I decided, all right, here's my mechanism for writing about the gun industry. The history of this company will be a proxy for the history of the industry.
That's a great way to say it. Yeah. And that's what I really enjoyed about it. Kind of relates everything from Saturday Night Specials to assault rifles to politics to culture.
Well, the Glock has been, central to all of the major debates about guns in American society since it first appeared on these shores in the 1980s, beginning with the felt need on the part of law enforcement for a larger capacity weapon, to the debate over so-called plastic pistols, which brought a tremendous amount of attention in the late 1980s, to the debate in the early 1990s about large capacity magazines. The litigation against the gun industry, Glock was central to that in the late 1990s, in connection with these horrendous mass shootings. When these bad guys bring a handgun to these mass shootings, it tends to be a Glock, not by coincidence, but because of its extraordinary capacity. So whenever you look at handguns in this country, there's Glock having redefined the debate.
It seems to me like we're reliving the same history over and over, and you definitely touch on it in the book. But
absolutely,
we get these media frenzies and then reactive legislation.
Well, we're I think reliving history or Groundhog Day writ large is definitely what's going on right now. We are about to debate some of the exact same legislative proposals that were debated, in some cases enacted, in the early 1990s, and we are already seeing the counterintuitive impact of that debate. In the early 1990s, the effort to ban so-called assault weapons, of course, contributed to the greater proliferation of assault weapons, in some cases because they were sold pre-ban, in other cases because industry tinkered with certain cosmetics and just sold the same basic firearm. We're seeing that right now. I mean, just in the past month, retail stores have sold out of AR-15s. They've sold out of the precise kind of ammunition that was used in the Newtown shooting. So we've got this strange phenomenon in this country where people who want to restrict certain weapons actually, not meaning to, but unwittingly actually contribute to selling more of those weapons.
Exactly.
It's a strange process.
And it seems like they don't understand because they keep doing the same thing and it happens again.
It is.
Unfortunately, it keeps happening on our side too. We seem to allow us to have to go through this nationwide debate over and over without.
Well, I do think there would be ways to find some areas of consensus, particularly on gun-related law enforcement. Not so much the regulation of particular categories of weapons, but instead the more vigorous enforcement of very basic criminal laws that we already have.
That exist, exactly.
And unfortunately, I fear that advocates on both sides prefer to fight than to actually
Exactly.
find. And that, you know, unfortunately, I fear that's true on the pro-gun side, just like it is on the anti-gun side.
I feel like they both profit when they just continually debate.
There's no doubt about that. The NRA is a fundraising machine, and it doesn't. They don't raise money based on calm and tranquility. They raise money on turmoil.
Excellent. Well, again, I appreciate it. I just want to, from the author, I'm not getting paid when I tell people to read this book, correct? Okay, that's right. Not coerced. No. I wish I was, but it's an excellent book, and I really do appreciate it again. Thank you.
My great pleasure. Let me.
What's the next project?
My next project?
Yeah. Can we talk about it?
Yeah. Well, my very next magazine piece, because I work for Business Week magazine. That's my day job. Is I'm going to be writing a cover story, probably come out in a month or two, about the NRA and our whole current debate in the wake of the Newtown shooting and President Obama's announcement that he's now going to push for gun control. And I'm going to look at the dynamics of that debate and the sources of the NRA's influence and try to figure out how that debate is going to unfold. My next book is on a completely different subject. It has to do with oil pollution in the Amazon and Eastern Ecuador.
Equally important, but definitely a different topic.
2013, that was.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
Bacon. All right, we're out here at SHOT Show 2013. Taking a little pit stop to check out the messages on YouTube. Now, can't check these on the phones very easy, so if you want, feel free to leave us suggestions at gunwebsites@gmail.com. We're not going to guarantee we'll see everything people ask for, but it definitely helps when we're making decisions, so feel free. But I'm checking out the YouTube there. We've got some blog stuff going on gunwebsites.net. Of course, we've been using Facebook a lot this year, so check that out. Let's see, we got the little phone there giving us that awesome 4G service we get out here in Vegas, distributing internet out to the different computers in the room and saving us a couple of dollars from the hotel charges. Of course, we've got the tactical bacon and some other salty snacks and sodas and stuff, but lots of water, doing some outdoor stuff this year and even indoors. It's been pretty easy to dehydrate. It's been pretty cold, but can't drink enough water. Of course, we got the Isotech electronics bag, which has been an old standby for years now. Still holding up strong, padded, carries all the radios, spare batteries, chargers, all that kind of stuff. Keeps it all nice and easy to get to. Can't say enough about that bag. Awesome stuff. Got a Spec Ops backpack. Of course, we always carry that around. Spec Ops messenger bag and some junk that we've been picking up at the show. So stay tuned for more videos. I'm even going to do an EDC video, I think, because it's kind of changed up a little bit. I'll see if I can get the other guys to do EDC videos if people are interested. But this is just a quick update. We are at the show, having a great time. Lots of stuff going on, and with all the political stuff, it's just been crazy. Kind of glad to hear what happened this morning. It doesn't seem like really amounted to much, but let me know if you disagree. Haven't had a lot of chance to check things out, just using Facebook and YouTube videos for the most part to get our information. So feel free to leave comments here, send suggestions to gunwebsites@gmail.com. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for lots and lots of videos to come, especially about bacon.
Guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
So pretty much what you're looking at here is our brand new internally suppressed Ruger Mark III pistol. This is brand new for Troy. We're just coming out with a nice line of suppressors, and this is going to be the start of it. Pretty much what you're seeing here is going to be part of the tactical version that we're going to offer. And right here, you can see we have a nice Picatinny rail down at the bottom of the Mark III. This specific model is also going to come with a small optic up at the top. The light and the laser is not included, and you're also going to have the option on the end of the muzzle here for also a spiked version for blast breaking capabilities, kind of like you see on our original muzzle brakes and flash suppressors. The tactical version is going to retail for about $1,300, and then we're also going to do a version without the optic and the tactical rail, and that's going to be our basic version. We're going to offer that for about $1,000. And this is an NFA weapon, so it will depend on your state and local governments on whether you can own that or not. It is completely user serviceable. You can unscrew the end cap, and there's also a small screw at the bottom of the Picatinny rail, which will remove the outer shroud of the suppressor and have you be able to clean the baffles. So one good feature is that you don't have to send it in to us for cleaning, anything like that. You can take care of everything yourself. Breaker there. Really fun. Kind of models it after right here after our medieval flash suppressors and muzzle brakes. We've always had that pattern on the end. Great for glass breaking or for a pressure point if we're in that kind of a situation. God forbid you're not, but you have the option, so whatever makes you safe.
That's in that back corner right in front of where LaRue always is.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
Eagles over there all the time. Troy used to be back there.
These are McCall's, the 22s brought in. 7.4 semi-automatic, 9-round clips. This is actually a Sega 5.45 by 39, 5 rounds.
And that's as they're imported in the sporterized version.
Sport hunting version, yeah, new in the country. These are the rack of all of our rifles available. 308s. Top, we got the 7.62 with 39s. Then on the other side, we'll have the 223s. Either coming in a 16-inch barrel or 20-inch barrel. These are 12-gauge shotguns, 19-inch barrel. It's a 24-inch barrel.
And these are still being imported. So we hear lots of rumors.
410, 19-inch barrel. This is actually a 223 that's had a little modifications done to it.
And this is from you guys?
This is actually done from SGM Tactical.
Okay.
They're actually in our booth. They do a lot of accessory work. They made quite a few different accessories for the weapons.
It's pretty nice. It looks like it goes up to the front sight,
Mm-hmm.
or the rear sight, and then it goes back to the actual stock screw there.
Right.
So that's solid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Something they developed. Fire rail. We've actually this is actually a fixed stock. We set out and had remodified what's a slider, where you can actually, and it's actually an American part now.
And then this is rotates up for a G-Crest.
For G-Crest, yes sir.
Mm-hmm. Now I have a question. I don't know if you can answer. For a little while, you guys imported the Russian survival knife.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still in your inventory?
It is.
They are. And are they available straight through Russian American?
Yeah, actually, that's through Russian American. Or we actually have a accessory dealer here called SegaStock.com.
Okay.
Anything we have available either through Russia or American made, you can get on this website.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
All right.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
No standard way of working? Try Capado. Salesforce development starts here. Here we go.
With Paramount Plus, discover great movies.
I have a question. Do you know about anything about the minis that Trademark used to make?
Yes, made about 110,000 of them.
And are they, is there any idea of making them again, or was that sold to NAA, or
No, I don't think so. It's not practical for us to get back into it. We shut it down for a while because we were so far behind on the big guy that
just wasn't demand for the little guy?
well, we had a lot of demand for it, sure. But we built ahead, and then we shut it down to try and catch up on the big gun. And by the time we caught up enough on the big gun to where we could get back into building some small ones, why they'd robbed all the tooling off of the machines, and it got to the point that it just wasn't practical. You're acquainted with it, aren't you?
Do you have a little one?
So when was the last one made? 87 in production. I think we did make probably a few in 88.
And then did NAA buy the tooling, or did they just make a different one?
No, you just discontinued now. North American still builds under my patent.
They do.
Yeah. See, I started North American.
Okay, so you did.
Yeah.
And then you sold it to the parent company, and then Sandy bought it back from them?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the improvements that they've made then are just on the outside? The insides are still pretty much the same?
Still using the same patent that I gave them 30 years ago.
No, so you invented this one then?
Yeah, no, this is Dick Kazoo's patent.
Okay.
They're building under my patents, but Dick and I improved it considerably, and we built under. And
those were from the 70s, right?
Dick patented this one.
Okay, but the first one then was about the 70s?
No, the first one was Rocky Mountain Arms, and that was under Dick's patent.
Okay.
And then I designed around Dick's patent because he was with Rocky Mountain Arms, designed around it, and then I sold the patents to Frank Talley Corporation, and then after I'd sold it to Talley, then Dick came to me and wanted me to build the 454 to join with him. So Dick was my partner in the 454 to start with.
Is there anything in common between this one and the 454s? And they're totally different.
Totally different.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate the information.
Now,
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
Here at SHOT Show 2011, KWA booth, and they have
the Magpul FPG made by KWA. This is what some people call the Glock in the box. FPG stands for folding pocket gun. What this is basically a compact version of a pistol inside a box, retractable. I can show it to you right here. You've got a gun. This is green gas. This is green gas. Fill this up right in the bottom of the magazine. Hold the can on top. Load that up. Good to go. Your BBs go inside the magazine. What you do is you pull down the follower here, load them in, load it up, 50 rounds.
This is retention level 1.
Ready to go.
Easy.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
Sonic the Hedgehog. There's only room in this world for one of us.
Shadow is the most dangerous being on this planet.
As everybody's familiar with, the quality of LaRue products, LaRue has an OBR and they have a Predator. The OBR primarily came with a heavy configuration barrel for both suppressed and unsuppressed. The accuracy out of those barrels are great. The 5.56 version of the OBR always came with a 10 MOA rail. That 10 MOA rail, some people liked it, some people didn't, but it assisted for long-range shooting. So what LaRue did was, last year they came out with the Predator. The Predator was more of a skeletonized frame. They did away with the 10 MOA rail for the 5.56 version. And what they did was they put in a lightweight barrel. A lot of the focus was extremely lightweight 5.56 and an extremely lightweight 7.62 as well. So what I asked LaRue to do, and I thought they did an outstanding job, was to shorten the rail to 12 inches instead of 15 inches. And instead of a 16-inch barrel, they're now running a 14.5. 14.5 primarily is what I like running. I believe it can do anything that a 16-inch barrel can do. One of my requests was not only to shorten the rail, but it was also to put in a heavy barrel, meaning the OBR barrel. This comes with an OBR barrel, so there's a selector from suppressed to unsuppressed. They also pin and weld either a Surefire flash hider or a Surefire muzzle brake, so that the overall length is 16 inches and you don't have to do the paperwork. One of the cool things, at least for me, it's obviously an honor to work with LaRue on this project, was putting my logo on the side of the gun. So this is one of my signature guns, which is really nice. They've never done that before, so it means a lot to me and my company and the relationship that I have with LaRue. One of the other unique things that they did, which was kind of cool, it's not like they invented it or did it, but they've never coated a gun before. So this is the first gun that they've ever, in a sense, allowed to be coated directly from the factory. And it's in DE. So for all the guys that happen to like it in that kind of color configuration, this is the way it comes. It comes with the rail panels on it, a forward QD cup for running more of a 2-point sling. Since that's a pretty popular sling out there, you can do whatever other sling attachments you want. Rail, there'll be 3 rail attachments. So depending upon how you want to set the gun up, you'll be able to do that. Trigger will be a Geisley. You'll have a choice of one of 3, either an SSA, an SSAE, or a S3G trigger. My biggest thing is I don't care which trigger it is as long as it's a Geisley, because of the reliability with that trigger, with the amount of rounds that I run through it. It'll also come with low grip and a CTR stock. So pretty simple rifle, chrome bolt carrier group, everything that you've come to kind of love and enjoy with the LaRue products. At the end of the day, this may not be the configuration for you, but I think the biggest thing is any of the LaRue products, most importantly, any of the LaRue products will serve you well. Some people like a lighter configuration, which probably isn't for you. I like the, with chopping everything down, what it's done is it's kind of backed the weight up back to the receiver, which is a little bit nicer. So for me, we added weight with the barrel, but we took weight off with the rail. So there's a pretty good happy medium blend here. So
Excellent. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great show.
Yep.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, Practice at least
Got
once a
that out of
month
order.
and carry every day. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com.
And Doug.
Whoa, Remo! You're in a parade!
More or less taking an AK and giving it an NP mod, MP5 mod. Now it's going to allow the gas dissipation to flow out here, so you're keeping your primary cool. Totally reciprocating.
How does a U.S. part? Because it's a U.S. piston, eh?
Absolutely.
Right on.
US. Reciprocates. Nope. Watch this. Feel free to shoot.
And you can still work with like one of those Reynolds blowers. Sweet, you guys are doing it.
Watch this. No. Right there. Right now, it's really co-witness piece. Down there, absolutely.
Oh, it's so interesting on the reservoir. Oh, I didn't notice that before.
I got a little sight lock there.
Yeah. Too hot for that.
I guess you'll turn this one.
Ready to go. Very nice.
It's not cool. It's just warm.
What was warm?
The bolt face.
The guys and gals of GunWebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com.
Winterland, tell me all your secrets.
So I couldn't help but noticing some RPDs as I was walking by. Are you gonna be importing these?
Imported some Polish kits and Egyptian kits, and this is the traditional rifle. They are all at this point 7.6239, and they are also semi-automatic. They are supplied with two 100-round drums. We're also offering a carbine. The barrel has otherwise been shortened and fluted. The carbine will also have an alloy tactical rail as well as an alloy lower with an adjustable AR-type buttstock.
Okay. Now, so this is the original barrel that's cut down and fluted? It's not an aftermarket barrel, in other words?
These are newly made U.S. barrels.
Okay.
And they are pressed and pinned into the receiver. And otherwise, the original barrel length is maintained in the rifle, and the carbines are fluted and cut.
On your rifle length, are these U.S. barrels as well then?
These are all U.S. barrels.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
What's the retail going to be? Just under 3?
Correct.
Awesome. And I'm not familiar with anybody else that's really had some well-made RPDs in the country.
Well, there are a couple other makers out there who have had some success, but we ventured into this project. We are now having some success with it ourselves.
Have a lot of response at the show?
Absolutely.
Awesome. I'm always happy to see new stuff being imported and pieces like this being made and offered. Thanks for your time. Thank you. Have a great show.
The 1877 was the first Gatling gun that you could do that to.
Okay. And then is it shrouded for cooling?
No, it was shrouded because when Cole built these in 1877, they only made 17 of these guns, and they all went out west during the Indian Wars. That was just to keep prairie dirt and debris.
This is brand new. This ain't old school. This is now.
Yeah, it's an exact copy. You can take every part out of this and put it in an original.
Oh yeah, cool.
Clockwise to fire. After the ammo has completed, crank twice backwards just to clear it. Make sure all the chambers are clear. Well, just a moderate speed.
This is actually a that's it. Everything you remove. Nice.
Thank you. Fire. Okay. After the ammo is done, counterclockwise revolution.
Okay.
That'll just clear the gun.
And this is an actual.
It's a new current production.
Okay.
It's not an original.
And what's it reproduction of?
1877 Bulldog.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. It's ready to go. It is on target already.
Okay. So by doing it backwards, you're basically clearing the shape.
Correct.
All right. Red's here and then Gatling.
Okay.
Guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
So this one's only been out for a few days though?
Since Friday, we started pre-selling on Friday. I've already pre-sold 60 of them.
Then you said he's going to retail for.
Well, I don't know what the actual. Once they get here, the price goes up. So I don't know what they haven't given us what the actual retail is going to be.
Okay. But we anticipate them going pretty quick.
Oh yeah, no, they're going as soon as we actually start shipping them, the price goes up.
Right.
So
this is the pre-order.
I'd say pre-order them now if you want them and get. Most of my dealers are ordering 3 to 5. I've had as much as 20 ordered by one dealer. So.
What's the caliber on it? What's
5.56.
Yeah, it's a Bulgarian crank.
Yeah.
Closest you can get to a crank.
And the thing is,
standard AK round.
Right. No, they're 5.56.
Standard AK-74. Oh, that's 5.56.
It's 5.56.
Oh, awesome.
But it's Bulgarian. It's Bulgarian.
Like 101.
But nothing's been. Since the pistol, we didn't change anything to make it nice to our compliance. So this is totally Bulgarian. Exactly. I think this is ours, but
yeah, it's the closest thing you can get to a crank in the U.S.
Yep.
And like you say, you've got the skins or innards to make it a SPR.
Ready to be SPR, right? Absolutely. At 690, a lot of guys that are buying them aren't buying them to sell them this way. You're going to turn them into crank to a real crank and sell for 1,800.
Yeah, and you can't get a better crank. It's not a parts kit built here by somebody in the garage. This is built in an Arsenal
It's got the hinge top cover. It's got the crank gas system, crank bowl, crank.
Now, what's the difference between a crank and a standard AK?
Standard AK, if you look, the gas block right here is a lot longer.
See, like the gas block goes all the way out to here on a regular AK.
And the sight and the gas blocks are separate. They're the same here.
Right. Combinations, gas.
Okay.
The top cover is like comes off on this. This is hinged, it just flips up.
Yeah.
Different sights.
So that, you know, typically a complaint on an AK is your sight's way up here on a crink. It's much closer to the eye. Like
These things come so many different ways. So you say 5, is that a 223 then?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'll be damned. Wow.
And the mags aren't hard to find. So
No, we carry them in stock.
Yeah.
We got them in clear and black. Let me grab you a card. If you want, I can email you over prices and everything too.
Thanks for the interest.
More of a curiosity.
Have a great show.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to
Are they being imported?
No, not yet. They'll be imported in a couple of months.
Really?
I suppose in the latest months of the beginning of the spring.
How many models will you import?
Right now, we will be imported models with caliber 556.
Okay.
Yes, right now.
And that's the standard barrel in Poland, correct?
Yes, the standard caliber in Poland. In 3 models, because you have 2 pistols, 1 pistol with a longer barrel and semi-auto rifle.
So you said, is this going to be a pistol?
Yeah, it's going to be as a pistol. Yes.
So it can be imported with full parts, then we can do the 922R compliant stuff and make it a rifle.
Yeah, exactly.
And then perhaps SBR it as well.
Yeah, yes.
And then the rifle?
The rifle
And then another pistol?
Another pistol, but it's the shorter barrel, yeah.
What's the retail going to be on the pistol?
Oh, I don't know that I can tell you right now, because
Okay.
you have to consider with our distributor and our importer. So it took some time, maybe in the middle of February, maybe the beginning of March, will be known. The price will be known.
We've been looking forward to these for a long time, so I know it's been quite a hassle to get them imported.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, I know that the process was very, very slow. But right now we have an agreement, and I suppose that in the nearest future the Archers will be on the US market.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to these for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of
this rifle is, as this example is prepared for import, because there's no magazine well. Because there's this process will be doing in this United States.
So will that mean that you'll be putting on U.S. parts to bring them up to 922R?
22.
Will you be putting U.S. parts on them in the U.S.?
Yes, but some parts must be changed in U.S. market.
Right.
Yes.
Or are those parts going to be available for sale as well?
Yes, exactly.
Awesome.
Yes. As stocks and rails.
Will you be selling the trunnions?
This is a standard. This is a standard, but in this rifle, there's no rails, just hand guards and forearm.
Now, will you be able to import any Tantals?
No, Tantals.
Or are there any left?
Yeah, they already left. That's easy, yeah.
Right.
And those are rifles in caliber 545.
Awesome.
And in the same configuration.
Okay.
The same configuration with long barrel, with short barrel, and but the different caliber. Yeah.
Awesome. And there is no such thing as a 7.62 barrel, correct?
It could be. It could be possible, but right now we have to focus on those 2 or 3 calibers.
Sure.
Because also we made a 22.
Oh, this is the 22 long rifle.
Yes, exactly.
Let me ask you first about the barrels. Will they have the Tinnifer barrel?
24 years. 24,
Awesome.
But could be also Chrome.
Okay. Okay, sorry. So you're gonna offer them also in the 22 long rifle.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. And these are 22 magazines.
22 magazines, but those magazines are still prototype.
Okay.
Because we have to some problems, and in this magazine there is still printed model of this magazine.
Sure.
And there's wait a minute, I have to find the word. We put the mechanism to standard box of the.
So it looks correct.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. But we have some problems. But I think we will solve this problem in the near future, and also the rifles with 22 caliber will be available on the US market.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This year, you think?
Sorry?
This year?
Yeah, I think this year, because I have to. It must be in this year.
We sure hope so. We've been looking forward.
Yeah. And this is the new, this is the cooperation with RS, which is one of the biggest company specialized in airsoft gun.
Oh, okay.
This is the airsoft gun.
Now, is this the Polish camouflage?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's painted in Poland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They are very similar to Polish
Special forces.
Special forces.
Awesome.
Especially with the mechanism of fire selecting, because it's the same as a military standard in the missile gun, and there's no such a solution here on the world, because we have 3 points, 3 option of fire.
Right. You have a burst fire as well as full auto in the same select fire.
And in other Kalashnikov system, in other Kalashnikov fighters, there's no such a solution.
Will these have it?
No. This is an Altor.
Oh, okay.
This is a military standard.
Okay, so this would be what makes a barrel separate than the other AK-47s or 74s out there.
Yeah. So our rifles of course, are based on the RK system, but very, very deeply modified. So at first, the biggest difference between those rifles are that we have here on the right side there's only safety lever, right? But the fire selector is on the other side. So there's 3 options of fire. This is the model which are used by Polish soldiers in Afghanistan with quick detachable rail.
And the big difference is the rail system attaches to the trunnion.
Yes.
And the rear trunnion. Nothing about the dust cover there.
Yeah.
More solid than any other rail.
So our rifles, soft airsoft guns rifles, are very similar to this, because we put very big attention to make a rifle very similar.
Accurate.
With every marking on it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
I noticed something different about the bayonet lug. Or is that for the grenade launcher to lock in?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the pin?
For bayonets.
Do you have any bayonets here?
No. Wait a minute, I will ask. Okay.
Okay.
This is not the bayonet. This is for a bipod. When you attach the bipod, it's protect for the rotation of the bipod.
But it also works with the bayonet, correct?
Yeah, but the bayonet is mounted on the first one and the end of the flash holder.
Will bayonets be imported as well?
Oh, bayonet. They could be, but we didn't consider it right now, because this is a standard military version, not for civilian market. So
yeah.
So.
But the bayonet lugs are on the rifle versions of the barrel still imported. Yeah. Okay. And they'll work with the Tantal bayonets that we have here. Okay. Thanks again for your time. Have a great show. Right, we're back from SHOT Show 2012. Took a little while to get everything wrapped up. We're getting the files into the computers and checking out the video that we captured at SHOT. and should have plenty of videos for the next few weeks. It was a real interesting show this year. While there weren't so many new products from so many manufacturers, there was definitely still a lot to see, and we really had a chance to explore a lot of the show. We had a lot of fun. We met up with the Haas, and a lot of collaborative videos with him. Of course, we met some other YouTubers as well.
That was one of my cameras.
We got some video out at the front sight shooting range with some hindsight targets, which was a lot of fun. We used some frangible ammo. Show you.
This is an International Cartridge Corporation Steel Strength Frangible Rounds.
It was obviously a little windy, but we had a lot of fun checking out just what frangible ammo can do. So stay tuned for plenty of videos in the next few weeks. Also check out the coverage from the other YouTubers out there, as well as the bloggers that cover the show. This alternative media really offers a lot faster coverage of the show, as well as coverage from multiple points of view. And as always, thanks for watching.
The guy.
All right, it's time again for SHOT Show, the big once-a-year trade show for the shooting industry. This year it's being held at the Sands Convention Center in Las Vegas again. It's been there for a few years, so looking forward to the show. I'm doing a lot of research on what gear is coming out and who we want to talk to at the show. Getting a lot of feedback from viewers and visitors to the website, so thanks for that. Met up with the Haas USMC. You've seen a couple of the videos being posted here. Came out a couple of days early this year. We've been checking out some of the local gun shops in town and the Hans Military Surplus. Stay tuned for some videos of that. Got some fun things in store tomorrow. Then on Monday, we'll be at the shoot, checking out some of the new firearms and getting some trigger time. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of YouTubers up here this year, so we're looking forward to see what kind of coverage everyone will bring to the table. Had a little excitement this year when our hotel where we had our reservations turned out to be demolished and is literally not there anymore. So I got our new headquarters set up here. It looks like all the computers are working, our internet connections are going as fast as they can, and all the cameras are charged up. So stay tuned for lots of videos in the next couple of weeks. And as always, thanks for watching.
Here with James Yeager at SHOT Show 2012, and you've got some classes coming down to Tucson.
Yeah, we're doing fighting pistol, which is probably our most popular class, our core class, and then we're doing our force class called the fight. So if you called me up and said, "Hey, I want to take one class from you, what should it be?" It'd be fighting pistol. If you said two, I say fighting pistol in the fight. Basically, it's where we put you in simulations of gunfights and shoot no shoot scenarios and things like that. And it's a real neat class. So they both complement each other very well. We're doing those just south of Tucson. What was the dates?
23rd, 24th for the fighting pistol.
23rd, 24th for the fighting pistol, and then 25th, 26th for the fight, for the force class. If you want to read course descriptions, you can look at our website, tacticalresponse.com, or if you want to read student reviews of those classes, if you go to our forum, getoffthex.com, you can read hundreds of reviews and look at a lot of pictures from classes and stuff like that.
Awesome. Thanks, James.
Yeah.
Have a great show.
All right, brother. Take care.
Guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year.
SHOT Show 2015, we're taking a look at the Strike One. I'm sorry. Give us telling us about it.
Ready?
Yeah.
You got the Strike One. It's the most revolutionary pistol on the market today. It operates on the horizontal plane. It has a locking block system that holds the barrel in place. And when fired, the block drops down and the barrel moves back. It's the lowest. It has the lowest muzzle rise in the industry. It's been lowest felt recoil, extremely accurate. It has a low bore axis, the lowest in the industry on that. keeps all the muzzle, everything directed back towards your hand.
I've heard the distance between the mag or the chamber is also smaller.
It's 48 millimeters. It's less than a half an inch. That's what it is. So basically, the bullet's already in line when it pops up. It helps eliminate misfeeds and jamming issues and stuff like that. The sight is extremely fast. This thing's capable in full auto of 1,250 rounds a minute. We've had shooters, if you do the math on the mags, they can do about 1,080 rounds a minute in semi-automatic. It's extremely fast cycling. Part of that is the way the barrel unlocks, and it's such a short. So we actually can show you right here how little barrel movement there is with the strike one once the slide comes back. That's all. It breaks right there.
As opposed to the Browning design where we were used to seeing the barrel tilt.
Right, exactly.
And that means there's more stuff happening, more resistance.
Right, and it just increases the cycle time. It has an extremely hard frame. This 5.5 inch length rails on the subframe. This has a hardness rating of 75 on the HR scale. It's tempered, so it's very strong, very durable, and it increases the tightness of the slide. It tightens it up so it makes it more accurate, keeps dirt out. It just keeps the pistol functional.
And I've heard this is a collaboration between the Italians and the Russians?
Between Dmitry Straczynski and Nicola Bandini, yes, sir.
And these are
made in Brescia, Italy. That's where they're manufactured in Italy.
But they are available through distributors. You just want to let your distributor, or let your local gun shop know that they that you're interested.
If they want to, if they're interested in becoming a dealer, contact International Firearm Corporation.
Okay.
And we're setting up our own authorized dealers.
And I have seen a few of them out, so they're out there.
Yeah, we have them in stock right now. We have more shipping. Production's being increased. This is the new Speed Strike. This one has lightning on the slide and has fiber optic adjustable sights, and it has about a 4-pound trigger pull.
Okay.
This is the second generation.
Now this one you said is a customized, but you can get it in this color, the two-tone or the single.
We actually do these customizations in our shop. The custom shop we use in Oklahoma City, Cutting Edge Arms, does this work for us.
Oh, okay.
And this is about a 3-pound trigger pull with a reflex sight on it. It's they ported the barrels. It's like a compensator cap, and they stippled the grip and did carbon fiber inlays on it.
Oh, yeah.
They do extremely nice work. They're very good, very talented.
The black or the
right. We have the black with the stainless slide, then we have the gray with the stainless slide, then we have OD green, then we have the black, we have the desert tan with the black slide, and then right, and then the new Speed Strikes come in black, and then titanium, burnt bronze, and gold. Yeah, and then we have the all-weather pistol coming also. It's a Cerakoted top and bottom to match the frames, green or desert tan.
Well, thanks for taking the time and telling us about the pistol. Talking to Don here about this pretty cool ammo. So this is 12 gauge shotgun, right? But what it's shooting is these balls of water, basically, right? So these balls of gel are able to breach that effectively through 1 5/8 plywood. That's awesome. He's also got some plastic projectiles. Something like the 50 BMG you mentioned would be good for maybe the first shot at one of those pirate boats or a vehicle. Let people know that 50 means business, but they don't know it's a non-lethal shooting out towards them. And then you've got the lethal when necessary. Awesome products. Thanks for letting us take a look at it.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year. Practice at least once a month.
Shot Show 2016 with Mike Friend, and you've got the new gun you're going to tell us about.
The new CTMR by Firing Line Arms. What we've got is we've got a hybrid as well as a modular rifle. Most people are starting from the AR-15 and trying to make it be an AK. We started with the heart of the AK and made a good, reliable modular weapon. To change your calibers, you have 2 screws under here that you undo. You'll loosen 2 on the gas block. The whole forearm will slide off. Then you'll have a barrel nut underneath here. You'll undo that barrel nut and remove your barrel. Your mag well. This here is actually a 5.56 mag well. This gun's in 300 blackout. But you'll have screws inside that you undo. remove your mag well, you bolt it back up. Your conversion between your 5.56 and 300 blackout is going to be somewhere MSRP around $200 for the conversion. It's basically a barrel change. We've added the rotary selector like your AR. We've added a rear charge like your AR for people that has a muscle memory of the AR-15.
So even though you've got your side charging handle.
And then we put the weekend side charge handle for people who have the wheel or an AK style muscle memory that they want to charge up front. That'll be an option.
Right on. And these are available?
These are available now.
Okay, and just for people who might not know, you're Firing Line originally, and you're the one who really developed the milled receiver here in the U.S. years ago. Absolutely. And you've taken that tech, and instead of trying to smash an AR around an AK mag, you used you started, like you say, with the AK milled receiver, it's yours, and then developed a modular system so that it's AR-like, but I'm guessing aside from the mag and the rounds.
Yeah, you take your standard AR M16 magazine.
And then it looks like you got compatibility with the grip and the stock.
Yes, we're using the X-Tech 3-position pistol grip to where that'll also fit whatever angle a guy likes his pistol grip at.
Awesome. Made in Oklahoma. Awesome. Mike, I really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well at the show. And if anybody has any more questions, you can get a hold of them at what's the email?
918-961-1248 or firinglinearms.com.
Right on. Thanks again, Mike. Have a great show.
Thank you.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year.
All right, and last in our series, or whatever order we put them up, the next in the series, bags that we brought to SHOT Show will be maybe the heaviest, maybe the second heaviest, but probably the coolest for this channel. My tennis rackets. So I like to play a lot of tennis, so I don't go anywhere without them. So I figured in this video we would talk about playing games. So we had a bunch of people heading up to SHOT Show this year from gun channels, and a bunch of those people live places where they either don't have certain firearms or they can't have certain capacity, whatever firearms or magazines. So this time we decided to get together towards the end of the show and leave a little bit early on Friday so that we could go out to the Clark County shooting facility, which is awesome. However, plans change. Nothing when you go to Vegas in general and SHOT Show specifically, not much stays planned. So we didn't really get out to the range to go shooting as a group from gun channels on Friday, but we did get a chance to go shooting out in the desert on the way back to Arizona. So brought a bunch of guns in case of the range event and ended up using a few of them. And you can see I basically just throw them all in here. Right now we were out just shooting in the desert, so the brass was collected and thrown into here. And we didn't shoot everything, so a couple of the mags are still full. But I brought the entire collection of NAA, well, I should say the entire collection of mini revolvers, which include quite a few little North American arms. I knew that they were coming out with the break top this year, and although there's no way for me to bring my guns into SHOT, I just figured having them there in Las Vegas with me would serve a couple of things. One, I could take some cool pictures of my guns on the road. Two, it would get me used to carrying my guns. I plan to do some touring this year. One of the parts of that tour is the idea that property is not a crime and that a number of firearms does not indicate mental disorder. At least I hope not. And that carrying around a bunch of firearms can be done for all kinds of law-abiding reasons, including bringing an interesting collection out to let people take a look at and answer questions for people who might be interested in obtaining one of these, or just spark interest for people that never thought about doing something like collecting a little sack full of working revolvers. Anyway, brought all the revolvers with. We didn't shoot any of those though, but I thought it might have been neat if we did get out to the range to set them out so people to try some of the different styles. It's a little different shooting a 22 short or a 22 Magnum with a folding grip or something. So one of the things we did get to shoot is the mini Draco. It's a 7.62x39, and it's perfect going out in the desert and shooting type of gun. I won't talk about who all got to shoot what, because I know some of the guys are going to be posting videos and things, but one of the guns we did get to shoot, and it's a pretty good gun. Well, I'd say it's debatable, but I think it's probably a fair option for hotel defense, depending again on what kind of hotel you've got, of course. But we tend to stay at motels where you drive up front. A lot of times they're old and made out of bricks. A lot of times remote, not necessarily right in town. So for something like that, you could pick worse hotel defense or travel firearms. Then we brought the 74 out, and I'd say this one again, along with an AR, maybe even more so than an AR, would be a good travel type firearm. Although it's not this configuration with a detachable magazine and folding stock and pistol grip, bayonet lug and everything, is not necessarily in a legal configuration to travel the whole 50 states. As far as just practicality, it's a good round. I don't think it's going to go through too much as far as over penetration, and still give you plenty of firepower for pretty much anything that might happen. So anyway, that's what we brought to shoot, and it was a decent hotel deterrent, I suppose. So that was oh, I guess we didn't even talk about the 10mm Glock 29, the subcompact. For guys that have not shot 10mm or high capacity Glocks, or maybe even the subcompact Glocks, although there's probably much better options for subcompacts. And then the Glock 24, the long slide version of the 40 caliber Glock. So you could say the 40 caliber version of the 17L. Again, for people that might not have shot 40 caliber Glock or a Glock with a longer barrel. I guess that's it in this bag, and feel free to leave some comments or questions where I happen to see the video. This was a series on the bags that we took to shot this year. Try to do these whenever I can as I'm unpacking over the years to show people some of the reasons why I bring the stuff, and hopefully offer some tips for people that might be doing shows like this in the future. As always, thanks for watching.
Guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you.
Right, we're going to do another SHOT Show EDC video. Start off with the badge, our old ATS badge. They made these for us at SHOT Show back in 2008 in that tent over in the remote parking lot. Very cool. Got to sit there and watch them make that. It's been my badge ever since. That was our new gun channels, anniversary. This is our gun website's anniversary patch since this is our 12th year. But we made up a bunch of those for the gun channels crew that attended as well, and some friends of gun channels. Got the keys. I use a key bar and a key smart. That way I can keep them separate. I keep the working home keys separate. Then with a HK clip, I usually attach my car key, but I take that off events like this, put it on 550 around my neck. That way I don't have to carry all this stuff around. The phone is in one of these cheap cases, but I put some 550 on it. Makes it pretty easy to hold on to it. We've got the room key. Chapstick is always a must for stuff like this. I like to carry a tourniquet all the time now. We got the lighter, spider code. This is some European model. They're not allowed to lock their knives, so it makes it real easy to open and close. And the fully serrated one there just takes care of all the business you might need. Got a little Surefire or stream light, some extra ammo, Ruger 357, LCR 357, the taser, Spec Ops shoulder wallet, really good wallet. And to represent there with the patches. Then we got a Spec Ops messenger bag. This is their large messenger bag. I forget how many years we've had this. Remember when we got these? Had them for many years. This is kind of full of some other stuff as well, but I keep some canteen pouches back here on the webbing that they have on the back. And let's see, on this one I have some right now, and what I carried at the show is this extra battery and a cable. And then I got some of the pills for the old dog here. And in the center pouch, I would carry my patches that we were trading with. I've got this small pouch on the side here with a Surefire big one, just so I've got big light if I need it. Then some extra batteries actually in a little knife pouch over there. I really like the Spec Ops stuff because the bottom is yellow, so you can see right away how well it is, how well it contrasts with everything. And you can find stuff that might be loose down there. Up front, it's got a couple of pouches. I keep business cards over here. I think I had some ibuprofen in this one, and maybe the gum or something. Some pens, easy enough. And then I use this Blue Force Gear, what do they call this, 10-speed, something like that, pouch. And it's just this elastic on a molly panel, but it's very low pro. And I keep business cards, my own business cards in one, business cards I'm collecting in the second. You can see I have the chapstick in there. Then just whatever. It's an easy thing to keep stuff, keep track of stuff, and keep it retained. Otherwise, just, this last thing is I like to keep a blowout kit pretty much any time, but especially for an event that's around firearms. So keep a tourniquet with me at all the time, but on the bag and pretty much all my bags, I like to keep a tourniquet and some bandages and some gloves. You never know when you might need that, even like in a traffic accident. Or our friend Haas happened to see a little lady fall down in a parking lot. And since he always carries this kind of stuff, he was able to help her out. And you never know when something like that's going to happen. So that's the SHOT Show EDC. Feel free to leave some comments. We'll look forward to those. And as always, thanks for watching.
Look at the in-ordnance Valkyrie 22. And so this is the first prototype.
This is the first prototype that we ever shot, absolutely. For engineering purposes, the frame is actually 3D printed in titanium.
Wow.
It's a very nice way to, do rapid prototyping and make sure that when you're going to build your tools for the final version of the product, well, you build a good tool. Yes, absolutely. So the idea is to have a swing out, small 22 long rifle revolver with a swing out cylinder. It also features an extractor for the shells.
Really?
Absolutely. Spring loaded. And I would wish I could show you the rotation of the cylinder but they keep it. If they wouldn't have put this for the show as a safety feature on it, I guess. We also made in front right down here a small version of a Picatinny rail. So it's actually a scaled down version of it. And the idea is that in about 2 months from now, we will bring to the market a small.
Okay, so when we saw this picture originally, this has nothing to do with the cylinder release. That's actually a laser module.
Laser module, yes. Absolutely.
And then is it going to be button activated, or how is it activated?
There's a toggle. There will be a toggle switch located like right on the right of it, or on the left of it if you want the left-handed version.
So the production model will have that wider hammer?
Production model will have this wide hand, absolutely, this wide handle. And it's you have a better grip with your thumb on it. It's really much nicer. Production model will have a black grip to begin with, and it will be a stainless sort of finish.
And then what's the retail going to be on these?
I think the retail price is going to be about $260.
Right on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And made here?
Absolutely, 100%. The only thing that's not going to be made in the US is going to be the box, in which is going to probably come.
Okay, awesome. Well, hey, thanks for taking the time to take a look at it.
It's our pleasure.
What kind of time frame, I guess I should ask?
End of March.
End of March.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Oh yeah, we're taking orders for it now. It's ready to come.
What kind of options? I see a couple of different grip options. Will there be any others?
There will be in the future. Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. But we're starting with the basic sort of black grip, just to give you a look. And you have the feel. It's going to be very similar to what we have on our AKs. Okay. Something that's hard to film, but it's something nice to feel.
It's almost like an overmold.
It is
rubber skin on top of it.
Yeah, absolutely. With kind of this, textured grip on the side and a good grip in the front.
And it looks like a pretty nice shape. It's almost Bisley. A little bit more of an angle, a little different angle than some of the others.
Absolutely. But you know what? We did actually a lot of. I 3D printed in plastic a lot of the handles.
Oh yeah.
To give it throughout the company to guys, to women, to bigger guys, to smaller guys, and because nobody has the same hands. I'm trying to find out something that would fit more comfortably. And
Is it okay to take a look at one of the frames?
Sure. So this is a casted frame.
Okay.
That's a
And
casting.
totally different than some of the others, obviously with the stuff here, but different. Yeah, neat.
That's a casting. That's a raw casting. We just cerakoted it to make it look nice for the show.
Sure.
Of course, it requires some machining. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks again for taking the chance to take a look at it.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
I think they'll copyright this. I'm muting it. There wasn't restrictions on music back then.
This year at SHOT Show, I had a chance to see Darkstorm Norm, and he was actually driving around with Tactical Taz. So this was Friday, and I'm just walking around randomly, checking out booths at SHOT Show, and just happened to get there as Tactical Taz showed up and got in the little Jeep there with Darkstorm Norm. So Darkstorm Norm is the guy driving, and he's an Instagram channel. He's a little puppy that has an Instagram channel, and he was at SHOT Show, and Tactical Taz is a smaller puppy next to him, who is just another Instagram channel, and I think they're friends. They've met before, but they're not affiliated with each other. And I think they were just happening to do a photo op here, and I happened to be there at the time they were doing it. So it's neat to see the puppies having some fun in their little Jeep, but it's also neat to see the reaction and the experience there with the community. So a couple of times I get the camera down to kind of show what it's like from the puppies angle, from the knee level, looking up at the people walking by, and pretty much everyone's reaction is to observe and then figure out what you're looking at, and then smile, and then grab your phone and try to grab a picture. So pretty neat to see everyone's reaction in real life and now in the video. But yeah, just a neat little part of SHOT Show. So it's Darkstorm Norm, a puppy on Instagram with his own account, and Tactical Taz in the passenger seat, the littler puppy there, another puppy with an Instagram account. Let us know in the comments if you follow these pups or any others on Instagram. And as always, thanks for watching.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching Gun Websites.
Shop cool cyber deals for savings you don't want to miss, like floor care, party-ready styles.
So for people who can't afford that, this is a safe and lethal self-protection method.
Very much so. We're at SHOT Show 2020, upstairs at the pop-up preview, and we're here looking at the Altor pistol. And this is the inventor, Alexander. You're going to walk us through it?
Sure. Okay.
Let me mention, you're in Cave Creek, so you're in Fellow Arizona.
Okay.
Right on.
This is the simplest, least expensive handgun ever.
Okay. That's the reason for it?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's only 6 parts total.
Love it.
Okay. There's only 2 parts to be concerned with.
You've just taken it apart for cleaning and maintenance.
Right.
Okay.
If you were to drop it in salt water, for instance, you'd have to completely disassemble it.
Okay.
Disassemble it. There's only 1 dowel pin to knock out.
Okay.
Then you can clean it, dry it, re-oil it. To operate it, and all this metal parts are stainless steel.
Yep.
All the plastic parts.
I don't know how to get through on video that this is solid. This is not cheap at all. This is nice.
Cheap. That's correct. And it passes all of the state Saturday night special laws.
Right on. So weight, caliber, and size.
Right.
Okay. And then it's not AOW because of its shape and it's got a trigger.
That's right. That has been reviewed by the ATF, and it has rifling.
So it's a rifling. Right on. Perfect.
Okay. To load it,
so it's total compliance. It's not a zip gun or nothing.
No,
okay.
Total compliance. So you load it by putting a cartridge in the front of the receiver.
Okay. Like an old 50 BMG. Or like some of the 50s where you put the cartridge into the bolt.
Like a Webley Humane Killer from 100 years ago.
Okay.
Single shot. Put the cartridge in, put the barrel on.
Now you just showed us a 380. Just to interrupt, it can be a 380 or a 22?
9mm. We don't do 22. It's not a plinker. This is the.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. I misunderstood. So 9mm or 380?
380.
Okay.
And so, this barrel is 9mm.
Okay.
Now, I've loaded it, turn the barrel to the first position. It's on safety. That's a secondary safety. You turn it fully on. It's in fire. It's in battery.
Okay.
The main safety is right here. It's behind the trigger so that you cannot pull the trigger. When you want to pull the trigger,
you're pushing on. So the trigger. Yeah, let's put it up against this white.
Okay. Yeah. So the trigger safety is on now, so you can't pull the trigger all the way back.
Okay. So it looks like a shotgun. It's got.
And so when you put the trigger into battery, it's indicated by red. It's danger, ready to fire. So to fire it, you just pull your finger back total. And it fires when your finger gets out of the way.
Okay, so basically the shape of the body or the receiver is going to, is it the receiver? I guess
Yes.
Yes. So then it's going to pull your finger off of the trigger. And
it's the plastic frame actually, because the receiver's inside.
Okay.
It's serialized.
I got
see
you.
the receiver. Thank you. Slide. It pushes your finger out of the way, and when your finger's completely out of the way, the tension is right, and it fires the gun. And to reload it takes just 10 seconds.
And no worry about ejection here because it's on its rim here. It's a self-extractor.
It's a self-extractor. So it's an
very
automatic.
cool. And that was some of the questions people had when they first saw it.
Yeah. No, it's a self-extractor so that the spent cartridge comes out. You knock it out of the front of the receiver, reload it, barrel back on, and you're ready to go.
Now, again, there's no way to describe how solid that barrel is, and it connects with a cam, very solid 2 cams, or 2-side cam, whatever that's called.
There's 2 lugs.
2 lugs. Yeah. And then that detent is what gets it into that first safe mode. Awesome. Appreciate it. And what was, do you mind going into a little bit of the development? When did you start making this?
3 years ago.
Okay. And the impetus, what did you just, why?
Well, because people deserve to be protected nowadays. A lot of crazy A lot of people can't afford $700 for a Glock. The price of this is the least expensive ever. It's only a little over $100. The average price of a handgun in the U.S. at retail is about $400. So for people who can't afford that, this is a safe and lethal self-protection mechanism.
Very much so.
That's our main impetus. Plus, it's simple. For new firearm users, people who might be afraid of guns, like some women who
might be intimidating by the look, maybe.
And so this looks like a glue gun.
Yeah,
it's not intimidating. It's nothing to be scared of, and it's so simple you can't make a mistake. Plus, it takes no manual dexterity, so it's not like racking a slide on a 5 auto. You just put the barrel on, it's more like a receiver. And you pull it.
trigger on it.
I love it. And I'm familiar with some of the inexpensive options. And unlike, again, the having to deal with a slide that reciprocates and the grip strength and the tediousness of a small slide, all that complication in an auto leads to it being an inferior machine. Again, I can't tell you how well this is made. Just from fiddling with it, I can tell that you put all that money into materials and fit.
Yeah, and the barrel and the receiver are made on a $2.5 million custom CNC machine.
So this is all being made in Arizona.
Well, it's assembled in Arizona.
Okay.
Some of the metal parts are made in New England. But
Okay.
Everything's 100% USA.
Well, that's good, but hopefully we'll get it in Arizona.
Are in Phoenix.
Right on. Awesome. Hey, I'm glad we got to see it. Were you shooting it this week?
Oh, not this week. I've been busy getting ready for the show.
Okay, so maybe sometime we can come by and shoot it. I'm in Tucson. Right on. Thanks again for the time. Thank you for building a new pistol. That's actually what SHOT Show is all about, is getting new stuff out here. And thanks for being here. Have a great show.
Okay, thanks.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year. Practice at least one.
K98, Springfield, and slowly it's gonna attack some other.
So you said the next one is the K98. Do you know when that's coming?
I think it's gonna be the K98. I don't know when it's gonna come.
Okay. How have these been selling?
I don't have the price right now.
No. How have they been selling well?
Yeah.
Good. So there will be more in the series?
Yeah.
Good. I know people have been asking.
Oh, yeah.
I have a question. Any chance you'll put bayonets on it? Will any bayonet?
I haven't heard, to be honest with you.
Okay, I'd like to put in that request because that would make it just all them.
Well, the Keystone guys are at a meeting right now. So,
Right on.
But yeah, I'll tell them.
I appreciate it. And thanks for your time. Have a great show.
Hey, you too.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year.
SHOT Show, the pop-up preview. This is SHOT Show 2020, and we're checking out the Independence Fund. Now, this caught my eye, of course, and of course, I first think of Rick, shooting with disabilities on Wednesdays. So, Samuel, what's the Independence Fund all about?
So the Independence Fund is a 501c3 national veteran nonprofit. We focus in on catastrophically injured veterans and their families. We have 6 total programs. We got started back in 2007 providing track chairs to these veterans. But we also have a wonderful adaptive sports program. Deals with a lot of hunting, a lot of shooting, anything outdoors. We also take care of the families, the caregivers. We have a suicide prevention program and an advocacy program in DC.
Really? Right on.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard the Independence Fund before. How long has it been around, you say?
Since 2007.
Okay.
We've given out over 2,400 of these track chairs.
Now, I'm not familiar with the track chairs. Is it something you came up with or someone came up with, or is this something that's been around?
Our genesis started because our founder was recovering from his injuries in Iraq. Came across the first quadruple amputee to ever survive his injuries. And he simply went up to him and said, "What can I do to help?" He said he was a big hunter, wanted to get back to the outdoors. And the way he could do that is through this track chair. So that's how we got started.
Right on. All right. Well, thanks for the time.
Yeah, man.
And we'll let Rick know. Maybe he can get you on for an interview sometime. Anyway.
Absolutely.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year. Practice at least once a month and carry every day. Thanks for watching Gun Websites.
Luckily for me, I recently got and upgraded to Grammarly Pro, and it's been an absolute lifesaver. Right now, they have an amazing offer, 50% off.
All right, so I just sat down and filmed something like 26 videos here, probably more than that. SHOT Show 2022 is one of the best SHOT shows in decades. Let's take a look at some of our coverage of the show.
The idea that you're trying to solve a problem is awesome, and you've made it in an innovative way. That's really neat to see.
My ultimate goal, personally, is to make a dent in rate.
Right on. So 2022, what are we looking at?
This is a semi-automatic 22 long rifle.
rifle pistol made for the concealed carry market. So you carry it in this state, fully closed. When you're ready to fire, there, open it up, ready to shoot. Then when you're ready to close,
You're telling me the magazine's on top?
Yep, magazine is right here. So you can see right here.
Who's the inventor?
This guy right here.
Awesome.
Real awesome. You load in the rounds up top here, just set them in all the way across. You can see a fully loaded one right here.
That's awesome.
And close it.
All aluminum?
Aluminum, steel. You got some plastics in there.
Very few though. It doesn't look like. Or is that top part plastic? Is the mag plastic?
This is aluminum.
Yeah, okay. It's just like a brushed aluminum or something.
Yep, exactly. The handle's plastic here.
Oh, okay. I thought that was aluminum too. Pretty nice trigger too for some of these things. Usually have different triggers.
Yep. Yep. So after.
So when you fold it, it covers the barrel.
Sorry, what?
Oh, sorry. When you folded it, the grip covered the barrel.
Yeah. So the barrel you can see comes out.
Okay.
The advantage of that is on the inside here, you'll see the.
You guys want to be scanned in?
Are you kidding me? The side panel came off by clicking like that?
Yeah. So if you need to field strip it for any reason, you can see the hammers down here, firing pins in here. So when you start closing it, the hammer is actually blocked by the barrel, so the hammer has no access to the firing pin. So there's no external safety.
That's so cool.
It's impossible to fire when it's after it starts closing. So it's only once it's fully open that the trigger's active. And then it'll reset the hammer, reset the trigger just by closing it.
Yeah. Super cool. How long has it been around?
This is the intro.
Are you okay being on camera? Well, you're the inventor. Appreciate it. Thank you. I wanted to shake the hand of a firearms inventor while I was here, so I'm glad I'll be able to on my first day. Where did the idea come from?
A sad story. A relative of mine was raped in her apartment twice, and it got me thinking as an engineer, how can we get more people concealed carry? How can we get more people concealed carrying? Some of the barriers to entry are people are concerned about the guns going off accidentally when they're in their pocket or their purse. So if you have it deployed and the trigger is accessible, it might get hung up on something. With this device, when it's closed, the trigger is secured. It's impossible to actuate it. And also the hammer is...
He showed on the intros how the hammer is physically moved.
Yeah, so
very cool.
They're physically dissociated.
And it doesn't look like a gun at all. So it looks in your pocket like it could be some kind of electronic device or sports equipment or something.
A lot of times when I go to the coffee shop, I lay it next to my coffee, and it's never made anyone concerned. People have said, is it a vaping device or whatever? And,
yeah.
I just agree with them and don't talk about it. But yeah, it's about a half pound fully loaded.
These are real weight?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
these were all made on production tooling. We're going through life testing right now. And shipping in 2 to 3 months.
Awesome.
But it's been in development for a long time. It's like probably 6 years. It's got multiple patents on it. And I don't know if you've seen the video, but it fires 11 rounds. You can find the video at ounceoz.com. It's made in Washington State.
Awesome.
I've got an engineering consulting company, and we have our own factory.
Awesome. Well, I'm just walking through the show, and I saw the video playing, and I didn't know what it was until I saw the 22 rounds, and super innovative. Are you having a good show?
We're enjoying this, yes. This is new for us. Again, we're new to the firearms industry. My son and I are both mechanical engineers, and I've got 35 years experience, master's degree in mechanical engineering systems design, and hundreds of millions of products on the market today that I've worked on.
Oh, right.
But this is new for me.
Well, appreciate it. And the idea that you're trying to solve a problem is awesome, and you've made it in an innovative way. That's really neat to see.
My ultimate goal, personally, is to make a dent in rate.
Right on.
But there's a lot of different types of crime. I want people to be able to defend themselves, and there's future generations of this that we're already working on. They'll have electronics to talk to the phone, to be able to call dad, call the police, whatever, if you reach for it. Not to disable it, but to do that aspect. And if it takes off, we'll do a 9mm version too eventually.
That is super cool. Thanks for your time. I hope you have a great show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
So I was super stoked to find this on the first day, Tuesday of SHOT Show. Really thought it was innovative. It seems like it had a lot of good attention at the show. Let us know what you think in the comments. Looking forward to what others think of this one. So let us know what you think. We'll be watching the comments wherever you find the video, over on gunstreamer.com or on guntube.org. Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com.
SHOT Show 2022 is one of the best SHOT shows in decades. Let's take a look at some of our coverage of the show. Walking around on Tuesday, the first day of SHOT Show, I found this downstairs and really caught my eye. As I mentioned, I thought it was for an AK, but I learned that it's for an AR. Let's take a look at it.
Here in the U.S., me and my buddy run a little machine shop with his dad. We're actually both Marines. All the material we get here from the U.S. as well. It's a 120 round clamshell drum magazine for the AR-15 platform. So this is your 5.56 223. You can load it all from just right here, so it's not, you don't have to top load each round. Plug them all in here. Drop this lid down on there, and you wind it up. Once you get the pressure link, you're ready to go. If for some reason you're not ready to shoot, you can bring this in here, hit this little button here, and that's going to take all the tension off of the spring, so you can store it without wearing down the spring with it being underneath the load like that.
What's the weight loaded and unloaded?
The weight loaded is about, it's just over 8 pounds. And unloaded, you're looking at just under 5.
Right on, and we're talking aluminum instead of
this
sheet metal.
All built machined aluminum. The lid, the main body, and the magazine piece here.
Decent hinge.
The
bigger crank than the little doohickey can opener thing.
Exactly. Yes.
Lightened here. Yep. Strong.
This is
This is the release for the back cover.
Yes.
Right on. How long have these been out?
We have 8 with us, and they're the first 8 production models we've made.
Well, that's cool. I just saw them. It looked to me like, obviously it looked like an AK mag. Then I look at the mock-up you've got here, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm not listening to whatever. I'm not paying attention. So I'm glad I took a second to listen to it. Awesome to see another U.S.-made company. Where did you say it was made?
Winton, California is where machine shop is.
Right on. Good to see it's made behind enemy lines, so to speak.
Right. Connor.
Yep. Connor. I appreciate it. Thanks. Have a great show.
So let me know what you think. It's a little heavy, but it's also made to last. So American made, take on an old design. Looking forward to what people think. We want to acknowledge the folks that helped get us to SHOT Show this year. Hope you're enjoying these small videos from stuff we saw while walking the show. So let us know what you think. We'll be watching the comments wherever you find the video, over on gunstreamer.com or on guntube.org. SHOT Show 2022 is one of the best SHOT shows in decades. Let's take a look at some of our coverage of the show.
2022, looking at the Woodsman's PAL, made in USA. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yep, these are made in the USA. We got the patent for these, kind of reviving an American classic, So we have a couple different iterations. This is the original one. This has an ash handle. This is made by the Amish in Pennsylvania, and as well as the leather sheath for them as well.
Awesome.
And then this year, new to this year, is the one that everybody remembers, the one with the D handle. This is a leather.
And it's a little different from what I remember. It was more round. This is more oval. A little easier to hold on to and useful when you're using it as an axe or something.
That's right. And this is all leather right here. So as you use it, and
it's just going to get perfect.
It's just going to fit your hand like a glove. So it's something that all the leather work and everything comes out of Pennsylvania as well. In addition to that, another part of the products is this tool satchel. So this is made by the Amish in Pennsylvania as well.
Awesome.
Really nice buffalo leather.
Leather.
It's an heirloom quality. Something they'll pass down for generations. So,
much better than nylon garbage. Very cool.
meant to stand the test of time and last longer than you.
Nice, you can hand it down. Awesome. It's a cool design. Glad to see somebody grabbed it and is still making it in the USA. And it's obviously quality, looking good. So thank you for your time. Are you having a good show?
So far, so good. Looking forward to the rest of the week.
Right, it's kind of early. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Another short and sweet review of the Woodsman PAL SHOT Show 2022. SHOT Show 2022 is one of the best SHOT shows in decades. Let's take a look at some of our coverage of the show. One of the few guns I really wanted to see this year at SHOT Show was the Iver Johnson 4-barrel Derringer.
2022 at the Iver Johnson Arms. This is one of the things I wanted to check out most was this new barrel Derringer, and I was taking a look at it. You're showing me how it operates.
Yep, flip the safety off, cock the hammer to single action, and there you see the red dot. That's where the firing pin would be, and it rotates every time you cock it.
So each time you cock it, it rotates to the next barrel like a clock.
So you got 4 shots, 22 long rifle, and then this is also your takedown lever here.
And it's on both sides? Okay.
Yep, ambidextrous, slides forward. If you hold it, it comes all the way off. Make it easy to empty it and rechamber. It slides back on.
Very cool. And how's the reception been?
Really good. It's an item I think will sell really well. It's been on. We've got a number of back orders filling up on it. So
what's the retail?
Should be $400 to $500. We'll have a set price probably in the next few months.
Right on. Obviously, you can gauge. That's what SHOT's all about. Gauging interest, and then you can start figuring out costs.
Let them know it's coming out this year.
Right on. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. Appreciate it.
These look really well made and would fit right into the collection of North American Arm mini revolvers. Very cool and very similar, yet totally unique and a throwback to an old design. Looking forward to your comments. Till next time, thanks for watching. We want to acknowledge the SHOT Show is the shooting and hunting outdoor trade show. Been going on each year since 1979. It's hosted by the NSSF. Let's take a look back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here in the North American Arms booth, and as most of you remember, we had a number of their guns on our program last year. They have a new belt buckle gun. In fact, I can get a picture here under the glass. Literally, the gun is in a little holder that is a belt buckle. I hope that clears up for you folks at home. And it's such a unique concept, and of course, I love time. And you see a couple of these, shall we say, pink-handled guns that I personally wouldn't carry. I believe I'll stick with the basic black over there, but they really make a fine selection of the small revolvers. Very reliable, and they're also just plain fun to shoot. So the good friends at North American Arms.
Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.